an empty board. Because there is another thing I want to look at. Actually, there's a few things, but a far pincer. I mean, the last two times we've been going over an attachment, diagonal, a Kaima here. There's also the possibility of Taisha. Even though it's probably bad variation for white because of the, I don't know. Because black has a few options, I would say. I know at one point I need to look at Taisha though. I'm really bad with I mean, I say that because at one point my opponent played down instead of extended out, and I had no idea how to respond to it at all. So I do need to study this more. And then also brought up this shape and so forth. But that's all with the close pincer. I mean, there's always the high pincer things, the slightly farther low or higher pincer farther. So I just want to go over a few of those things as well. I'm just really focused on 3-4 Josekis at the moment. Eventually I'll go into the Hoshi openings. Although I still haven't looked at any of the low approach variations to this, but I'm just keeping to the high for now. Actually, for the sake of maybe I'll just stick to, maybe I'll do a low. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this one. Oh, Josh is streaming. That's why. I didn't realize that he was streaming. Oh well. I'll at least finish talking on Joseki for a YouTube portion of it. Yeah, usually Josh streams later, but I guess it's a Europe friendly stream like the title says, so I'll just go ahead and finish up this portion. Yeah, I'll do the playstyle roulette either later today or I'll just do it tomorrow. Because I don't have any special things for Tuesdays yet. So I'll just do the playstyle roulette tomorrow cuz Josh is is streaming today right now. So this Kayama and the cross-cut variation is something that I feel like I know, but at the same time I actually need to look at a little more. And this has also been brought up in a few games as well, where the opponent pushes again and then jumps. And this is what Joseki would probably show. And then a pincer here. But if black has a stone here, this is very nice for black. Or if white has a stone here, black can approach it and it's kind of restricted. Like, this just looks bad for white. having to run out and black will be able to benefit from it somehow. So that's why I've typically stopped once this is made and then do the pincer. Because then if black does something like this, I'll jump. But if that happens... No, maybe not jump. Maybe just... I don't know. I actually don't know. Okay, just really quick. What does Joseki say? Yeah, extend. Actually, I'm going to switch it back to the normal variation that it should be with the jump. Josekipedia. Oh, it's interesting. It says that the that's weird and interesting. It says that here that black can Tanuki the H4 extension and just extend out. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Actually, it'd be better to do this. But what if white already has a stone on the right side and can build up? I mean, this isn't necessarily building any territory or points, so this would just depend on how the board looks. Like if black has a stone over here, and then this happens. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 4, maybe 14-ish points, but also depends on how the board looks, I guess. Well, I shouldn't say I guess, because it always depends on how the board looks. Always depends. So, jump, push, do... Did someone update? I think someone updated this. Because the variation's a little different than I thought. That's interesting. Well, it's a good thing I'm looking at this now. So, black, white... Yeah, double Hane like usual. But here, now it's saying to go straight for this. Although, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think this was actually brought up at the club at some point. Where I should have played this, but I didn't. Which way did it want to cut from? This side. Right? Yeah. So, threaten and connect. Now, white can't play D2 because white won't be able to live in here. Black can just connect. White has 3 liberties, black has 5. 3 to 5, black's gonna be ahead. Maybe 4. Because of this, but... Here, let's... Oh, it's not going to show that variation, is it? Do. Yeah, it's not going to show that variation. That's weird. But if black descends one more time, then black is behind on liberties. Or it's ko. But someone showed me a for sure way where black just lives. Maybe just Hane right away? That was probably it. Instead of coming in this direction, just playing here. Same result this way. So white can't just extend out. So the variation shows playing the attachment, and then black blocks. Then after that, white plays the Atari, and then white extends out. Then it's Miai for pincering or taking the ladder. Also depends on how the board looks, like if black or white has a stone already on the right side. So this actually looks, I mean, it says slightly good for white. Do. Yeah, white is thick, slightly good for white. Next A and B are Miai for white. The 1 and 2. But it also says that black can just extend out. And then white pincers. But it doesn't say if it's better for either or. But black is getting the bottom, and white has more of a thickness to attack these stones here. Although this actually kind of looks good for black, so not a large Kaima there. Not a large Kaima. Probably just simple pincer, extend. Yeah, this looks nicer because white can run out. But again, it also depends on how the rest of the board looks. So I didn't think about that. But definitely with this double Hane, bringing this out and then extending up. I like this a lot more. I like this. And if black plays something like that, if the ladder worked for black, then I probably wouldn't. What if the ladder worked for black? Then I could always maybe build something up by making a threat first. Or just extending out. But it depends on the board. It would depend on the board. But the main thing I wanted to look at actually, was it with the tight pincer that I'm looking at? Yeah, tight pincer. So with the tight pincer here, and here, I mean, it's saying that this is the right variation. And then black plays here, and then white makes some kind of extension for the side. And I would have to agree that it's pretty equal. I actually like this a lot more now that I like this compared to this, because this is saying that this is trick play. Black Hanes. White throws in. Yeah, this is what I'm used to. The throw in. Atari descend. Says the descend is also a trick play. But it doesn't go any farther than... It doesn't go any farther than this. It just says that it's good for white. But white's not... Black's alive. I believe. Because black also has... Yeah, black can just threaten to live and then attack these 4 stones. And black should have the liberties to do it. Yeah. Yeah, white wouldn't be able to do it there. Yeah. So maybe it is okay. Yeah, no, that was good for black. Yeah, that was good for black. So maybe I just do this, because then that would just look silly. The Joseki shape. So if, I mean, there's no extension really looks good, but all in all, it just says that it's good for white. And it's good for white because, I mean, black is very clumped up. White's got shape. And there's still Aji to take the corner, maybe, or something. So okay, so what's the actual way for black to play then? So trick play, so... Oh, so the right play, it's saying for white, is to just take that? Oh, then we go, then we see a... But that way's good for black. If this happens. Because it says white jumps out. What was the rest of it? Oh, okay. And then white comes in. And then there's a few variations like this one. And then extend. black cuts, Atari, connect, Atari, push, and connect, but it shows to have problems. And it does say good for black because black does have the influence and the white group isn't exactly alive. So the proper move, okay, so yeah, this is all trick play then. Just depends on if the opponent knows how to play through this. And I didn't know any the solid variations for this, which is why I'm kind of stuck on making sure I know all of this. So this is very, very scary. But it also says it's good for black. Oh, it looks like it could be Joseki. So we play here. Black connects, white connects, black honey, black honey, white that, connect, extend. No, that can't be right. Oh, my memory. No, I'm right. That's right. That's right. No. Yes, yes, it is. It is. It is. White goes for the inside. Wait, really? Inside. But it then says black descend. White that. Do. This is what the Joseki says, but why not just this? Because of the ko? I mean, in the opening of a game, the ko would suck. Because then black can get 2 plays elsewhere, although it'd still be pretty good for white. But at the same time, there's not really any threats for white to make. So I guess this variation, I mean, in Josekipedia, this is as a question. I mean, white can't just live in the corner, but it is just ko. And actually, white has a few threats locally anyway. Like the Atari. But then all depends on the rest of the board. So yeah, those are the 2 main variations it shows. And then whatever this is, I'm not even gonna look at that. That's just weird. So those are the 2 main variations that it's showing for this, between the E3 and D4. Black cut, white come down, or this. It says that this is bad. And I would assume so because there's still some possibility for white to do something in the middle. Well, in that corner. And it just says slack. That's literally all it says. But, I mean, I agree with that because there's still... I mean... Black has to make an extra move. So we've got that. We've got the trick play, where it's only good for white if white descends. But it doesn't continue on the variation here. White extend. I mean, in the other Joseki, black plays this. White, black. So technically, in the form of the, if someone were to go based off of the Joseki, it wouldn't work. So, I mean, I'm just reading this. Why not just play? I guess it would depend on what the rest of the board looks like. But this is technically dead on the bottom, I guess, so it makes sense, actually. Yeah. Although black does also have this. And white can't extend again, otherwise black can just run out. Sacrifice the 2 stones. I don't know. This doesn't, that variation doesn't look good for white. It just doesn't. I don't understand what white would do then. Not descend? Maybe. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I just don't. The Atari would be bad. And this, no, I think it would be mandatory for what I'm thinking here. Otherwise, that would not work without that 1 stone there. But at the same, I mean, these 4 I don't understand this. Like, where would black play? Oh wait, we already talked about this. I already mentioned this before. Just give up the 2 stones. Just give up the 2 stones. Because black already has bad shape. So 4 stones are better than 2. And black does need to do something to prevent all that Aji, so. So there's that, and then this variation of weirdness where we've got this going on where it's actually good for black because black can play away and still live. So this actually depends also on how the rest of the board looks. And then this is good for black. Not too close to the 2 stones. Anyway, I think that's enough talk on Joseki. I think in general, just looking at how the Joseki variations show, like with this, I didn't realize that Josekipedia showed. Actually, it doesn't work with this. That is right. It doesn't work with that. Do. All it says is that this is even for black and white. But anyway, I didn't realize that this was part of the Joseki to include the cut variation there. I mean, I knew that it was there, but I didn't realize. I mean, I wasn't thinking about C3, and black can't cut that either. Well, technically, black can, but white lives in the corner. But anyway. I do want to take a look at the higher pincers as well, because I know that there are some. I mean, a far pincer does kind of hurt this variation. Because now that it's not as close to the wall. I don't know. I'm not quite sure about that. It's something I'll probably bring up in the club tomorrow. I want to look more into the 3-4 stones. That's been my main focus. Eric, on the other hand, has been focused on the 4-4 stones. But yeah. Next time I'll probably look at some of the variations for the high pincers and whatnot. Yeah, absolutely no viewers because of Josh. But that's okay. I said I would stream, and I did. I kept my word. Remember that. But yeah, I thought Josh was going to be streaming later. But I guess he streamed earlier to be Europe friendly, so I'll just discuss with Josh, see if he's going to continue on with that, or if he could let me know beforehand. So I will stop with that. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned can't English. I hope you learned something from this, and don't forget about the tournament and the changes, like the $10. There are 2 winners, $10. So we'll see you next time. Later.